Angela Fazio is an industry powerhouse who has overseen 40,000 homes sold and $9 billion in production. And Kristen Cantrell is one of the nation's most accomplished team leaders, helping thousands of agents build their businesses. They are passionate about educating, encouraging, and empowering moms in real estate. Our next episode starts now.
Good morning, everyone. I am Kristen Cantrell.
And I'm Angela Fazio. You're watching Moms in Real Estate.
And today we get to talk to Kristi Newman.
She's from Ontario, Canada. She has a great love of horses. She's a bonus mom with a stepdaughter. And she just has we're going to talk about how hard it is to get shit done. That's what we're going to be talking about today. So Kristi, welcome. Give us a little background about yourself.
Hi there. Thanks for having me, guys. So yes, I'm just outside Toronto in Ontario, Canada. We're just getting through winter, thank goodness. We've been shut down with this COVID stuff, so it's been a bit crazy. I've been in real estate for 5 years now, but I've been living that lifestyle my whole life. So since I was 10, my mom got a real estate license. So I've been in the real estate lifestyle since a kid. So
didn't your parents own a couple RE/MAX brokerages?
Yeah. So my parents bought a RE/MAX brokerage when I was 13. And so I worked there doing phones and cleaning the office. And then they built that up. The RE/MAX that they bought was going under, basically. There's only 6 agents left. And they bought it then and built it up to one of the biggest real estate brokerages in our region, and then sold it. And they bought a second franchise and then eventually built that one up and sold it as well. And now we're on to building a new endeavor. So
well, that's cool. What made you decide to get into real estate 5 years ago? Like, you'd always been entrenched in real estate your whole life. Well, what ended up having you get into it just 5 years ago?
Yeah, so I'm in the horse industry, and I've been training horses and riding with Olympic coaches since I was 10. So my whole life I've been doing that. And then I've gone to school, done, degrees and blah, 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 a whole bunch of different things. And I love learning, and I love the flexibility of building your own sort of empire. And so real estate is obviously the best way to do that. And I love the different pieces of trying to fit everything together with real estate and finding the right house and the right properties for people that just feels right for them, for their quality of life or whatever they're looking for in their life. So yeah, that's sort of kind of how I moved into that, as more of a business. So.
That's awesome. Yeah, we were talking about, I am so eager to hear about
your horses.
Yeah, I had no idea how many you had. So give us a little background about that and what you're doing and your stepdaughter's involvement, all of that.
Yeah. So we are we have 100 acres, which used to be in the country. I would say it's the country, except that the city is moving to us. So we are that typical farm on the outskirts of town now that is getting, all the developments around us and all the different subdivisions. So our business here is an equestrian center. So we have an indoor arena, outdoor sand rings. We have 40 horses here. We have some stallions, some baby horses. So it's just a constant game of fitting everything in. And then we teach. So I teach riding lessons, and we have a growing riding school here. So we teach riders right from never riding a horse ever, right up to competing in the 3 different Olympic sports. And then we also hold new programs here that are for people that don't necessarily want to ride, but want to be around the horses, because I know most people know that the horses are used for helping people heal from PTSD and confidence issues, anxiety issues. So horses are amazing at helping people. So I've started programs here at the farm where people can come and just be with the horses. And we do leadership programs and confidence and connection classes with kids, and then meditation, all sitting with the horses or working with the horses. So that's a whole new thing that we're started last year. And now we're really picking up the pace with that. So
I don't know why, but horses freak me out. I don't know if I was anxious, I don't know how I would be able to become unanxious.
Oh,
yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah, I think that's so cool. And I think it's so cool that you have created that in the last year, because how fulfilling would that be?
Yeah, I mean, they're beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but they're big.
Yeah, they're big. But they are big. Calming. I feel like if you were able to go up and take care of them and brush them, and I could totally see how that would work.
I tell people they're connected to the world. And when you're around them, you can just feel your anxiety and stress go away. Even if you don't go in with them or touch them, just even being near them, they have like an energy field that goes out about 30 feet. So our energy field goes to the end of our hands when we stick it out, but their energy field goes out 30 feet. So when you're in within 30 feet of that horse, the best way to describe it for people that don't do this kind of stuff is, you know how you put your food in a microwave and you hit some buttons and it spins around and it comes out hot. I don't know what the hell happened in there. Like something happened in there. I don't know. The food just came out hot. It's the same thing. So when you're around the horses or in nature, it's like all of a sudden their energy is working with your energy and you just get healed. You don't have to know why. Science hasn't caught up yet to being able to measure it, although they're starting to. But it's like you just come out feeling better and like they just make you feel better. So same idea.
I can't doubt that because God created us in the beginning to take care and lord over the animals, and we were their keeper. And so the interaction was very, very personal, between man and God's creation. And so I guess that shouldn't surprise me at all.
No, and think about our civilizations. Literally, cities have been built because of horses. Agriculture, we have food because of horses. We've won wars because of horses. Literally, our entire lives have been dependent on horses up until recently. And my big theory here these days is that I think that like other countries that still depend on horses for their like well-being and their life have less mental health issues. And our cities and stuff have increased mental health issues. And I am not so sure that that's not because we're getting away from the horses and nature. So if we were, so I think there's an inverse relation. So the higher the mental health issues, the lower we use horses, and then the opposite. So it's sort of interesting. And so I think more people need to be around them. So by making them more accessible for people who don't necessarily want to sit on them, because like you said, Angela, like you're.
Oh, we lost your voice, Kristi. We lost your voice.
You want to be around them, and this is a way for people to access them. So, yeah.
So tell me, with your daughter, is she involved more in like getting to be a great rider? Does she involve herself in all of the things that are going on there? Like, tell me about that.
So no, not really. Although she's into wellness and that mental health space and social work. So she's actually going to college for that, which is amazing. I mean, because I think that it's a growing concern for people. So no, she does know how to ride, and she does come to the farm and ride and hang out with the horses and stuff. But she's going a bit of a different direction for schooling and going to get into hopefully helping people in lots of different ways through the college program. So.
That's awesome.
I love that.
Yeah, I know. I agree. That's awesome.
Okay, so I want to ask you, I love when I hear somebody that's passionate about something, has another business, and then they get into real estate and they learn how to intertwine the two. So tell us how you intertwined real estate and your passion for horses.
Yeah. So because our space here, this 100 acres is besides the horses being on the property itself is super healing. There's great big old trees that are like 100 years old and this crazy spring-fed pond. So what we're trying to do is create a space here where our clients and our, we have a real estate team. So our agents that work for us can bring their clients to the farm for appreciation days and be kind of part of a membership. So this, because it's so hard, especially in Ontario with our lockdown with COVID. And I've noticed like people being stuck in town has just been so difficult for people not being able to get out and away from just the hustle and bustle. So we want to create an environment here where our clients and our community can come here with this sort of membership and hang out with the horses. So come to different events and just come and walk the trails on the farm now that our farm is almost in town. So I feel like it's a great opportunity to connect our real estate stuff. And then, for our agents that work for us, creating that leadership and the team building and that stuff using our horses as well as our property. So yeah, that's what we're building.
Fun.
I know.
I want to go.
I know. My mind's already going. How are we going to go have an event out there?
I know.
Kristen and I, we're going to recruit a bunch of people. We're going to bring them to Ontario to the horse farm.
I
Yes.
think there's so many fun client events to do. I mean, that is huge. And I really do think that like, you're, like you're saying, like the rise of mental illness, and even being like that, just being able to like bring awareness that horses will help that. And especially like you said, with everybody being in lockdown and COVID and stressed out over all the things in the world, like what a cool spot to like bring people to.
Yeah, I'm serious. My mind's going round and round. That's just fantastic. I had no idea it was so involved.
It's just so much for people. Like they just, go ahead.
How do you feel about the city getting closer to you?
So I'm in real estate, so it's okay.
Yeah.
But, and development.
If you weren't in real estate.
If I wasn't in real estate, it would be very different. Because I feel like I'm to have this many horses this close into town is tricky now, right? And but the property value obviously is increasing a lot because of being almost in town. So my real estate hat says amazing. And eventually I suspect it'll be a developable piece of property. So that's amazing. The other side of it is that it's sad because the property has been over 100 years. It's had horses on the property, and the farm used to be a breeding farm for thoroughbred racehorses that used to race here in Canada and then go down to Florida. So it was a top racing stable at one time and for 100 years. So the history is huge on the property, and I'm pretty attached to the big trees in the pond. So it's it's interesting, and it's getting louder. So our street, we had to put a gate up on our driveway because if a horse ever gets loose, they could get on the road now. And so the road is so busy that we have to keep the horses safe. It's not to keep people out, it's to keep our critters in. So it's a bit strange. So I'm happy. And, it's this balancing between the two things. So.
Wait, let's talk about goats.
Oh, yeah.
I totally want to talk about goats.
We love goats.
I do.
I know. Yes. They're so cute.
So they're very cute. Goats?
Because they're cute. And I have space, so I can get goats.
Are you going to get the fainting ones?
Yeah, so I'm getting their...
I don't know. You don't know what a fainting goat is?
No.
Will you educate this girl, please?
Yeah, so fainting goats are prey animals, the same as horses are prey animals, right? So when they get scared or something shocks them, they like freeze and like fall over, which is really bad for the goat. But in the wild, I guess that's good for the predator. I don't know. It's like bad. So no, I'm getting pygmy goats, these little guys that basically, when they're full grown, they come up to your knees. So we just got 2, and we're going to hopefully get 2 more. And so that will be a fun way because we do our meditations. So we're going to have the goats being involved with meditation now. And for people that are afraid of the horses that are like 1,000 pounds, they can deal with the goat. So now you can deal with the goat.
I have trouble meditating in first of all, I've tried this like maybe twice, but if there's nothing around me and I'm trying to meditate, so how do you meditate with a cute little goat around you?
And you just want to hug it.
I know. Well, so the energy off of them, right? So the energy is super healing from those animals. And meditation, I always tell people, like when we do our meditations here in the barn, your brain is going to be like, you'll be like, I'm meditating. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, what am I going to have for dinner? Oh my gosh, I got to run the kids here. I got to do the laundry. And they're like, oh shit, I'm meditating. And you got to come back to meditating. So I tell people, you know what? That's your brain just sweeping itself out. I mean, it's supposed to happen. It's going to ping around, and that's amazing. And the more you keep trying to meditate, even 90 seconds a day, you will get better at it. It's just like flexing your muscles when you're building muscles. It just takes time, and you think you're failing at it. You're totally not failing at it. You're totally winning. It's just, you're like, I'm supposed to be quiet in my head. And you just, it's okay.
I can't be quiet.
I know. I'll be like, okay, Lord. I'm like, Lord, I am going to spend 10 minutes with you, and we're just going to talk. And then I'm like, doing exactly what you said.
I was just thinking.
I'm hungry. Are we going to go to Rock Lobster today? Should I have this or that?
Should I send out the StreamYard link to the Moms in Real Estate girls?
And then you think, oh my gosh, I got to remember this when I'm done meditating, because I got to remember to do this. And then you're like, I can't write this down. I'm meditating. So
yeah. Yeah, the struggle is real.
It is.
Okay, so I had another question. It just left my mind though. I don't know.
So, okay, walk me through this energy medicine.
Oh, energy
medicine.
I
come to you. By the way, I'm not anxious. I'm anxious for nothing. So this is a fake Angela.
I'm always anxious. So I'm listening.
You shouldn't be anxious. So I'm an anxious person, or I've got something going on. I come to you. Walk me through it. What happens?
Yeah, so like energy medicine is like what I talked about the microwave, right? So there's like think of the world like a spider web, right? So every single thing in the universe is connected. And you can call it God, you can call it energy, you can call it whatever you want to call it. But it's all connected. Plants, trees, people, animals, everything on earth, water, everything's connected by a spider web. Right. So we're all, connected. So the energy medicine is about basically healing that energy that's around us. And we get it's like an onion. We're like onions, and we get crap put on us constantly. Expectations. You got to be here, you got to be here, you got the kids, you want to be a good mom, like all these things, and we keep layering shit on ourselves, right? And so energy medicine honestly is about delayering the crap off of us and getting to who you truly are. When we do our classes here, we tell people, when you come in that front gate, you leave your shit at the gate, like out at that road, and you can decide when you leave if you want to pick it up or not. You don't need to. You can just let the pond take it. You can let the horses take that stress, all those expectations, all that crap that the universe, the world and social media, everything puts on us. It's about delayering that off so you can just be you, who you truly are, who you were born to be. And so, that's sort of, it's obviously there's fancier explanations, but that's to me what it's all about. It's just delayering the crap off of ourselves so that we can keep learning and moving forward and be who we want to be.
So would you like to come with me to Ontario?
I'm in my head being like, when is this retreat that I'm going to?
Not in the winter. We're not doing that.
We should create one, I think. It would be super fun.
Yeah, that's a huge opportunity and would be so much fun, and you better invite us.
Hey, so you're talking to two high Ds right here, so we get shit done.
Yeah. Amazing. You guys are in.
So we do have something really cool too. If you want to get out of the cold and come to Arizona next month on the 22nd.
April 22nd.
We are having a Moms in Real Estate event here at Angela's house. And we're going to have like a coffee truck outside. We're going to have mimosas and wine. And we're having a girl come in and talk about creating like online trainings for real estate. She's going to be talking about basically like how to not work 80 hours a week, work less, make more. So we're going to have like a presentation, get to know each other. So if you want to fly out, you definitely should.
Yeah. That's right, ladies. You guys, anyone who's listening, you are all invited, whether you've been on our show or not. But I think a lot of you would appreciate meeting some of the guests over the years who have been on Moms in Real Estate or Girl Educate Yourself. So again, that's April 22nd. It'll be during the day, like noon. And if we get enough people here, we'll make a whole day of it. We'll go have dinner together and hang out and meet each other and fellowship. So all of you girls are welcome. And if you want information, just contact us.
Yes, and it's been so fun talking to you. What a great...
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I feel like all these ideas, I love it. So
thank you, Kristi. We really appreciate your time today. And thank you all for listening. And join us for Girl Educate Yourself and Moms in Real Estate in the future. Thanks.
Yay. Thanks, guys.
Bye.